my god, violence.
Hello, and welcome to my English final. I have my guest here, Sam Schmidt, who, say hello,
Hi.
who has listened to podcasts before. How many podcasts do you think you've listened to?
Like 2.
All right. How many, podcasts would you listen to in a week? Episodes?
Like none.
None?
No.
Okay. So you would say that you're relatively unacquainted with podcasts.
Yeah.
Have you heard of dynamic banter?
Yeah.
Yes, because we did play it in my car a couple of times. Would you say that you understand the vocabulary that they use?
No? I guess not.
So, if there was a way to, it's like a cheat sheet that they give you before you listen to the podcast, would you read it?
Probably, yeah.
Would you think that it would be helpful if they talked about, like, what a horn honk means? Because in dynamic banter, a horn honk is just like an exclamation point, along with other things that they have, like born boy.
Yeah, that'd probably be helpful.
To just have a cheat sheet? Would you follow along?
No, I think I would just read the cheat sheet and then listen.
I think that would help a lot of people because,
That way you don't have to go back and listen to however many episodes they have.
yeah, they have, I think right now it's at like 180. So in order to get all the references that they make, you would have to listen to like 180 hours of podcasts in
That's
order
too
to
many.
get, yeah. So, have you personally made a podcast?
Yeah.
Would you say that it's difficult to talk for that amount of time?
No.
I agree, because
Could expose yourself.
would you say that the podcast that you have been on is similar to the podcast that is dynamic banter?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you say that it's because it's banter?
Yeah.
Would you say that I say would you say a lot?
Yeah.
So for somebody who hasn't listened to dynamic banter at all, would you...
That contradicts what you said earlier. And I have listened to it.
No, I know! But if you were trying to show it to somebody who hasn't listened, would you... Well, you haven't listened to it a lot.
I've listened to like 3 episodes, so no.
Would you start off from... Well, I'm going to ask this question to myself. Would I give them the first episode, the episode that I haven't listened to, which is like the most recent one, or a really good one?
Really good one, probably. Yeah.
But parts of me just want to start from the beginning if I really want to get somebody addicted to the podcast. Because I'm addicted to the podcast.
Have you listened to all episodes?
Actually, no, I haven't.
Well, there you go.
There I go, what? Where am
There's
I
your
going?
answer. If you haven't listened to all of them, I don't think someone who's just getting into it won't either.
You know, we need to call up Lance. Do you think that listening to a podcast with another person brings you closer together with that person?
I mean, it can.
I think it does, because the person who we were going to call, Lance, we both listen to the same podcast pretty regularly, semi-regularly, but we can make the same jokes that they make, and it's increasingly funny because nobody else knows what we're talking about, and it sounds like we're just spouting nonsense.
That is the concept of an inside joke.
But it's inside, but a bigger inside. There's a lot of people who listen to the podcast. So, like, if I were to see somebody with a shirt that says dynamic banter, I would be inclined to talk to them. So I think that there's a great sense of community with podcasts and other forms of communication like that, like YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
They have, like, if you see somebody wearing a YouTuber's merchandise, you'd probably think that they're pretty cool if you listen to or watch them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any YouTubers that you watch who, if you saw somebody wearing their merchandise, you would think differently of?
No, I wouldn't want to talk to anybody wearing YouTubers merchandise. Podcasts are different though, I would say, because I like
It's
the
more
only
niche.
podcast I do listen to, I guess, semi-regularly is
Jen and Julian?
Jen and Julian podcast, and I think if someone was wearing like their merch, I might be more inclined to talk to them.
Yeah, because it's a cool podcast. You wouldn't. It's more of it's a smaller community than YouTube.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like I wouldn't want to talk to someone wearing like a, I don't know, YouTubers. PewDiePie shirt.
You don't want to talk to a bro?
No.
I think besides that,
That's it.
I think besides that, if you haven't listened to our podcast,
Promote our
this
podcast
is just
to your
for my
English
teacher.
teacher.
It's something similar to this, but it's much better. We talk about traffic.
That's one way of putting it.
We're like news reporters. Aren't there people who just cover, like, traffic? That's their whole job?
Yeah.
That's-
Like podcasts?
No! Why would they do a podcast? It wouldn't be in real time. We should do that, though.
Yeah.
Here is your local road report. What is it called when they...
Like Channel 7 News? Like,
Yeah, but don't they call it something when you're talking about traffic report?
yeah.
Traffic,
Traffic
yeah.
report.
Not road.
Road report.
That would be for if it was
That's
snowing.
our knockoff version.
No, if it's snowing.
Probably.
So about me, I've been listening to the podcast since maybe 2016 is when it came out. So it was probably later 2016. Would you, as an outside perspective, do you think that my humor changed once I started listening to the podcast?
I have to think. I have to say that out loud because I'm being recorded and I can't see my face.
You have to think. You haven't thought all day.
No. I woke up at 12.
I woke up and I didn't think. I lost the ability.
I can't remember any of your human humor before that.
Any of my other humans.
Can you make a joke that
I would say
2015 you would make?
it was probably something weird. I always wore that weird ruler shirt.
What? Ruler
Um,
shirt?
Do you remember that shirt? The blue one with the ruler and the eraser?
I remember that now, yeah.
Yeah. I would just wear that all the time.
Yeah.
I would make a joke like that.
Puns?
Yeah. I would make puns. Make them.
Yeah, then definitely your humor changed. You don't make any puns now. Although I don't remember you ever making puns.
I don't think I can... Give me an example of I'm your ruler. Is that a pun?
Yeah. Wait,
I
no,
don't know
that's not a pun.
It's just play on... That's pun.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Wait.
It says I'm your ruler and the ruler has a crown on.
Yeah,
That's a pun, right?
I think so.
I don't
no,
think I
wait, no,
understand
it's
how
a
to
play on a
class-
word. It's a play on words.
Is a pun... What's a pun? Can you just look up what a pun is?
Yeah.
I don't think I know how to classify a joke.
I was looking up chicken korma. I can't make it because I don't have a blender.
Oh, you want to make chicken korma?
Yeah.
We should go get chicken korma this weekend.
Sure.
Sounds like a good idea.
It wants to use my house's internet, but we're just too far.
Yeah.
Okay.
One example. Wait, I'm gonna tell one example of. All right, tell me what a pun is. Never mind. I forgot what I was gonna say.
I have gum in my mouth.
Spit it
A joke exploiting the different possible meanings of a word or the fact that there are words which sound alike but have different meanings. The pigs were a squeal, if you forgive a pun.
out. Okay,
So that is a pun, right?
the ruler. I'm your ruler. So
I feel like it's not.
no,
but-
because it's a ruler
Yeah.
saying it. and
don't
he has a
know.
crown on.
Wait, what's the difference between a pun and a play on words? Because I hear that often.
Well, a play on words has to be directed.
Don't point your fork at me.
A play on words.
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Your fork pushing your Okay, yeah, so it's a pun. But I don't remember you making any puns.
You don't. Yeah, what did I talk
I
about?
don't know what you talked about in 2015. Wait, how old were we? We were 14. Okay, well, you were 13.
Haha.
Haha. Oh, I can't remember being 14.
Neither can I. Maybe I think that my humor did change.
I think
drastically,
so.
because I started using more voices.
Mm-hmm. I think it just got weirder.
That's weird because I was really weird at 13.
Yeah. No, but I think your humor just got weirder.
But do you think that that's because of the podcast? I feel like it's
it's probably related,
by the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of my jokes that I make are
Yeah.
just like theirs. I'm not original at all.
I know.
Did I already talk about me and Lance bonding?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah,
in
no, I remember
chemistry?
that though, because I thought these jokes were original, and I'm like, wow, Kieran's really funny. I remember hanging out with Lance, and he's making all the same jokes. I'm like, wait, it's from this podcast.
Yeah, and then we listened to it on the way to Pagosa,
Yeah.
and that was a sad time. Oh my
They
God.
are really funny though.
Yeah, I agree. They do a lot of impressions. I feel like to classify all of their jokes, number 1, it's impressions. Number 2, it's when they talk about a scenario, like just played out, that's so absurd. All of their humor is so absurd and kind of gross. But that's what makes it funny, because it's really absurd. It's gross. It's nasty. Why would they talk about that? All right, so I think that wraps up today's episode
Of your English final.
of my English final. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you gal enjoy. Maybe we might upload this. What if this becomes our most famous podcast?
Talking about another podcast.
It'll be for all the fans of the podcast.
Can't do it. Don't do it.
See you later on Laughing in Sync.